Hey buds! So in my last video, some of you said you were interested in seeing more about the diary that I keep, and I feel like if you want to make a bullet journal, that's already something that very much exists online, and the tutorials out there are probably a lot more helpful and less like wishy-washy, do what I want when I want than mine would be, because that is very much my approach to journaling and also life. So what I thought I'd do instead is talk to you about how I use mine to help me with stress. Oh, Sophie's talking about anxiety again. It's so original. I love hearing about it. I've got to be me, okay? And is it my fault if me is this screaming Kermit? Probably. But what I like to do is use my diary so that when I am screaming Kermit, it can transform me into this Kermit. Both a little highly strung, but one certainly more productive than the other. Also, in the interest of full disclosure, sometimes when I'm stressed, I don't even use my diary a little bit. I just leave it untouched for weeks at a time. So I'm very much showing you my best self in this video. Although to compensate, I have not corrected what I'm quite sure are two fairly unequal eyeliner flicks, you know, just to keep everything in balance. So when I'm feeling anxious, what I find usually happens is I cannot focus on one thing, so I'll flick through videos or do endless scrolling, just generally stuff that makes your brain go, oh cool, zigzagging, I love that. So when that's happening to me, I find it's very grounding to physically take pen or pencils to paper. Even though it can feel like time taken out of a period when you're meant to be doing a specific task, and that is certainly how I feel sometimes when I'm in the library and I like empty out a pencil case full of crayons and start colouring in my doodles in my diary. But I genuinely find that it allows me to remember how to focus and reminds me that I'm capable of doing that for about 10 minutes at a time. So the first thing I do is make a to-do list, and I like to always include in there one thing that is super easy and one thing that I'm actually looking forward to doing. So today, this is mine. And you'll notice I've left edit video out of that list because I'm just not sure if that's within my wheelhouse today. I don't know, we'll see. Did I do it? Yeah. So on that list, doing the washing, making delicious snacks, easy, and don't mind if I do. And being able to tick those off early on makes me feel way more on top of things and like I'm actually making progress rather than just having things pile on top of me. If you are someone who gets quite easily overwhelmed, you'll know that feeling, so it's nice to be able to be like, I did it. I did the job. That's me congratulating myself because I only respond to affection. Writing endless to-do lists though is not very helpful, and it is a mindset I sometimes get stuck in, just writing them again and again like that's going to motivate me. It doesn't. So when that's the case and I really need to like change the headspace I'm in, I like to do something more general that gives me a chance to be more creative. For example, a goals list. So here I am making my December goals. Generally speaking, I like to keep most of mine quite concrete and measurable, but don't be afraid of the high concept abstract goal. Like I've written down here, live Christmas to the fullest, which may seem vague, but I have actually got a 14-point list on how I'm gonna do that, so don't underestimate me. That video is actually coming soon and is also the reason why I'm so far behind on videos. Gosh darn you Christmas. It has taken over all of my memory cards. But sometimes you're gonna have a day where something task-based, like a goals list or a to-do list, is just not the vibe that you're having. So when that happens to me, but I still have to, you know, do things and I can't just watch When Harry Met Sally and then Lady Chatterley's Lover and then Undine back to back, perfect day. I like to make a little page about what I'm grateful for or what inspires me at the moment. So I'm making a Paddington Bear page because I recently saw the second movie and I feel genuinely changed as a human. It inspired me to want to be so much better and kinder, and I want to like capture that happiness and distill it down into a page that I can look back on and remember how good it made me feel. I've also done it by putting together this very loose Paddington cosplay for my trip to London. So I'm visiting London as a lost bear who needs care and attention immediately, which is not that much of a stretch, but I did have to buy a bobble hat. It can just be an opportunity to do something creative and a bit different about something that just made you feel really good, or realize something about yourself. Like for example, how I've realized that I'm only interested in films that are about like soft, fuzzy people. I'm so tired of movies about mean people being mean. I only want to see things about kind bears being good members of their communities. Also thinking about making a page about Moomins because I just love Moomins so much. I hope that this was in some way interesting, even if it's not particularly informative. I hope you're all having very merry seasonal periods. I'm actually on my seasonal period currently. Hop, hop, boom, boom. But yeah, I hope that December is treating you well. I would love to hear what your goals were for this month in the comments, or just about how you use your journal. I'll be down there in the comments chatting with you guys, and I will see you again soon.